start recording. Everyone, welcome back to database course. It's a week 19, lecture 1, introduction to Tableau today. Okay, so here in the previous lecture, what was the learning objective? Like in the previous week, you have learned about the calculate the time series statistics, in which we have used calculations comparing normalizing value. In comparison, we have used the percentage method, difference method, other methods. We also talked about the rolling statistics, that is rolling average, mean, and other feature engineering, in which you are able to do how you can extract the date and time, year, month, hours, minutes, etc. Calculate seasonality of time series. This is we did. How to answer the stakeholder questions whenever you are preparing the reports. So this all we covered in the last week. For today's announcement is about the mock belt exam. And we have created the mock exam to help everyone to prepare upcoming belt exam. This is here. You can find it under your belt exam, this one. So here is the policies, and this is a mock belt practice exam. This is highly recommended to go through this practice exam. Okay, so it will be very helpful you. And eligibility for the mock belt exam, this is another important part. Who did not submit the assignment of week 2, please submit the pending assignments. The hard deadline is today night. Okay, and for eligibility of the mock belt exam is your mock belt exam, like this is a optional one, the mock belt exam review session. This is we can do on Friday at same time in your lecture time, and it will be on our regular lecture Zoom room, which you used to use for the class. It will be recorded if someone don't come. Okay, and I will add it into the stack schedule. The solution notebook will not be shared. It only be discussed in this lesson. This is highly recommended to join this on Friday with me. Okay. Okay. So now this is your stack schedule. And these are your core assignment pending this week. This is analyzing analyst salaries part 1. Analyzing analyst salaries part 2. Project 4 with the Tableau. Okay. And remember, for the eligibility of the BET exam, 80% attendance is must. Okay. You cannot miss more than one lesson. All of a week 1 and week 2 assignment must be submitted. If everyone has completed their week 1, week 2 assignments, okay, including resubmission, then I will issue the BET exam code on Friday morning. Okay. Or maybe after the BET exam review bonus lesson, and resubmission from week 1 will be addressed. Okay, and note that content from this week 3 of the stack will also be in your exam. So you will have the from week 17 to 19 week, all content will be in your exam. Okay, but assignment should be submitted from week 1 and week 2 for the eligibility of the BET exam. Any confusion in the eligibility? Right. So now today's learning objective is, after this lesson, you will describe what Tableau is and the purpose it serves. Okay. Name the key elements of the Tableau public UI. Contrast the dimensions and measures. Create bar graphs, line graphs, maps in Tableau. Apply the filters, sets, and hierarchies. Create and share a Tableau story. Okay. So this is we are going to cover up today. So before moving ahead, I have 2 questions for all of you in the breakout room. Okay. So these are the questions. I will share this link in the chat as well. Oh. So you need to answer, do we need to remove trends and seasonality before time series modeling? If yes, why? If I am giving you the data set of time series, right? So why do you need to, is it necessary you are going to remove the trend and seasonality from this? If you are removing, you need to give the reason. Okay. What is a rolling average? Why we use it? Okay. So I'm going to open up a breakout room. All right, from room 2, the average time period prior to current time period. Okay, can anybody give me an example about this rolling average? The average on pre-set time period prior to the current time period. All right. Okay, so let's have a look at this first question. Do we need to remove trends and seasonality? Yes, we need to, right? Because we have discussed last week, if you don't remove the seasonality, then your model may become like biased or weak, right? So this is correct answer, right? We have to do time series specialty pattern does not need to be removed, but we remove it because we want the model should learn it correctly. Okay. And
I don't remember us removing it anywhere. Tell me where we removed it.
because we are the removing the seasonality when you were applying the difference method, you were applying the then resampling setting. This is all analysis which you were removing the it's a trend.
On the UFO code along? Because I don't remember that in the UFO code along.
You UFO code along, we have done the following the other steps, but in the first along code along, when we followed the all analysis steps, right? When we checked about the in the detail visualization, the trends, we slice out the data, everything is a part of this thing. When you are doing the analysis using those steps, this means you are checking the everything, trends, seasonality. And if you remember the mean non-stationary data, this is mandatory to bring the non-stationary data into stationary format. So whenever you are applying the model, it should be in a good shape. Your model should learn it correctly. If you remember, we were setting the mean 0, right? By doing the percentage difference by following the other methods. This is the one.
We did not do it on UFO and we did not do it on the crime data and we did not do it, but we only did it on the first code along is what you're telling me.
We are these all in the data sets. You are doing the analysis. Analysis is the part of that thing. This is the same thing like we did. When you are doing the analysis, what you are doing in the analysis?
I think.
Okay, we will discuss.
You're not understanding my point. We didn't do it in the UFO. I don't remember doing it in the UFO. Did we do it in, all I'm asking is, did we do it in the UFO? Yes or no?
In the UFO, we have just take out the data, right? We are just looking at the analysis number of sightings. We did not do that in that. We were applying the just looking at the visualization. I have asked in the general basis, right? Okay. Whatever you have learned. And what is the rolling average? Average on preset time. Okay, the rolling average means when you require it when you are forecasting the long term. Okay, it is used at that time, the rolling average. Okay, you will take a subset of the data, some period of the data that is depend on weekly, monthly, and then you will forecast it using those average. Okay. All right, let's move ahead. Thanks for participation in this. This is your Tableau. Okay, so everybody have installed the Tableau. In this, first of all, let's talk about its definition. So what is a Tableau? Till so far, you have learned with the Python. You were doing the coding for the visualization using Matplotlib, using Seaborn, or sometime Plotly, you were plotting the graphs, right? You were preparing the things. But a Tableau is a visual analytics platform, okay? And it is transforming the way we use to data to solve the problems, okay? It is like GUI based, no programming is needed. You can use the tools, drag and drop, very easy to use. Only the most important thing is here you need to understand about, you need to do a lot of brainstorming when you have a data set, how you are going to generate the reports. What can be important for the stakeholders? If stakeholder is giving you the data set, they may ask you few questions and ask you to prepare the reports, but some like the brainstorming will be from your end. What is important, how I can generate the report, this will be recommendation. So you should be strong in that domain in which you are working using the data set. Either it's a healthcare, either it's any other domain set. In your finances, stock market prices, your healthcare, telecommunication, it can be any domain. Okay. So this is a powerful tool. You don't need the code at all in this, okay? But if you want, you can add, okay? That is like in the advanced version of this one, but it contains everything, okay? It supports the multiple languages as well. Okay? So why you should learn the Tableau? The very popular companies are using this to building the KPIs, reports, stories, dashboards, right? So these are the examples of those companies which are using it. Okay. So it is one of a similar platform like a Power BI and Looker. Maybe you have heard about the Power BI. This is also another third-party tool, very powerful from the Microsoft. Okay. And Looker is only for the web, but Power BI has a desktop application as well, like a Tableau. Okay. Both, right? If you learn the one tool, another tool you can learn very quickly. Okay. And demonstrating you can learn one of these tools will help you to be considered for a job that requires any of them. Okay. Although apart from this, you have many other tools as well. Okay, a lot of tools are available in the market, but this is high in demand, Power BI and Tableau. So Tableau certified data analyst. So in this, the fees for this course is certification. If you want to give this exam, this is $250 you need to pay. And if you want to reschedule it, it's $25. Suggested product experience, they are suggested, not like mandatory, 6+ months. Like you are going to learn in this bootcamp about this Tableau, right? If you do 1 or 2 months more practice, you need to do few work for your desktop version, another the paid one as well. They will give you the free trial of 2 weeks. You do practice here a lot, and once you are ready with the public version, you can register free for 2. They will give you the 2 week. You can easily do the practice on that. Okay, then you can sit in the exam, but you need to do the lot of practice. Okay, so this is valid for 2 years. After 2 years, you need to renew it. This is a exam preparation guide. Okay, and a recommended training sources link, and language English. This is and Japanese in both language. Okay, and your exam will be done on virtual window machine. Okay. So now in this, first of all, we will try to understand the difference between, we understand the definition. This is a GUI tool, very good platform used to build the dashboards, stories, KPIs, reports visually. And let's talk about the difference. So you have installed the Tableau Public on your systems. Its cost is free to use, but it has a limitation. Like you cannot import, there is a some row, I don't remember the number of rows of data set you can import, but it has a limit. Okay. And the Tableau desktop is paid. This is $840 per year for individual. Okay. And saving and loading must save to the cloud. You cannot save this notebook on your local system. It will not provide you that option. Save to cloud or local both. It provides that option. Data sources, you can import the files like text file, Excel file, JSON, or data servers. Okay. But in the Tableau paid version, you will get the more. Okay. So, and companion software is not applicable, but its companion software is Tableau Prep, Tableau Model, and Tableau Server. They all have their different features. Okay. The export data extracts cannot export the data using public version. Can create the data extract using Tableau desktop. Sometimes you require it, right? Sometimes we need to export the data after analysis, right? We want to use somewhere else. So it is required. This is very important feature. Okay. While you are inside the using these third-party tools. Okay. Now, any questions still so far? All right. If something come up in your mind, please feel free to ask. Okay. Next, Joseph. Tour of Tableau public UI. Okay. So first of all, I will let you go on the tour of Tableau. Then we will do everything in the code along. Okay. Let's have a look. So here is the landing page. Landing page means when you are logged in your the public desktop version, when open, double click on the icon of the Tableau, you will see this window. Okay. On the left side, this is a load new data for workbook. It has the several options. It is showing you the free options in Microsoft Excel, text file, JSON, PDF, other files. Okay. So you can import these files. It is not gonna to give you the all the import options, but most of them. Okay. This is a like if you have already worked and saved any notebook on the Tableau cloud, so it will show that your previous work. Okay. And this is from if you want to open the Tableau notebook on which you have previously worked, you can click on that. It will take you at the cloud server. You can choose your notebook and open it. This is for that link. Okay. So this is about the like your landing page, the first page of Tableau. Okay. Now we will talk about the loading data. Loading means you are importing the file inside this for the work. So these are the options. Most of the time we are going to use Microsoft Excel and text file. If you have a CSV file, you can use a text file. Okay. It will help it to import the data. Okay. This is the extensions mentioned CSV, TSV, text file. If your file extension is XLS or XLSX, then we will use Microsoft Excel. Okay. Other versions like including MySQL, that will come in the paid version. This is not in the free version. Here we go. When you are inside, you have imported the data. Now you are inside the Tableau. Okay. So in this window, if you look at these, on the left side, you can see whatever data you have file import, it will show the name here. You can see it is showing the scrub one. Okay. And this is called connections and file section. You will see all the files and connections here. Okay. And this is the table it will start showing here. Okay. And here, if you see this orange icon, this is for new sheet. I will show you what will happen when you click on that in the next slide. And this will show the tables preview. Here you can see the name of the each feature. It's a type, everything. I will show you in a detail in the code along. Okay. And this is the filter. Okay. If you want to add the filters in the Tableau. So this is like about the first two pages of the Tableau. What questions do you have here? Did anybody try till so far starting any assignment with the Tableau? Very good. Very good, Ali. So now this clicked on the sheet one, it will your window will be like this way. Okay. This is called your section where you will see all your features, and this is divided into two parts. First is your measures, second is your dimensions. Sorry, first is dimension, second is your measures. Dimensions means it is only categorical. It will define the dimensions means name of the features, right? It does not contain any value. Okay, but measure means it contains value. It's an integer. It can be any real number. Okay, your Tableau is so smart. Whenever you are importing the data and click on the sheet one, it will already like filter your separate your measures and dimension itself. It's so smart. So, and then here this section is used to add the filters. Okay, like you used to apply using the code in the Python. Okay, and these are the marks, very useful. We are going to oftenly use this if you want to change the colors, size, adding the text, detail, and tooltip. Okay, we use this. You have a several lot of options inside this. And this is your main page. This is a like your page where you are going to draw your visualization. You are going to use a graphical representation, whatever you want to show to your stakeholder. Okay, and these are the column and rows where we are going to add your features, dimensions and measures. Okay, what we want to show. And this show me, when you click on this button, it will show you the existing visuals, which is they are giving you in the free version. So it's a lot of visuals. Apart from that, in the paid version, you will get more. But I think this is more than sufficient, which visuals they are providing us, okay, at this level. Now, this is a vocabulary sheet view. Here I have already explained this portion is divided into two parts. That is dimensions. You can see here it is coming at the above. Okay. And this is showing, it is telling this is measure names. We call it dimensions as well. This is your measure values, which contains the integer part. Okay. And we call this section as a field as well. Okay. And when you see this shape, we call it pills. Okay. It represents in the blue color the your field used in visualization with the blue color. Okay. And in this shape. So colors recognizing something. Okay. And then properties on mark card. This is, you want to change the color. You can see when I add this field shape, right? It is showing this sign in front of this. This means I'm using this field for color changing. Okay. This is another part for the text. Okay. So you will more understand when we will do the code along in this. Now this is dimension versus measure. So what is the difference between them? So the top portion is measure names or dimensions. Bottom portion is measure values. This is your categorical data. It may contain text, it may contain grouping variable or independent variable. Okay. But measures is your numeric data, dependent variable, fields to explain or explore, right? So after that, this is how you will create a visualization in this. Okay. Now, before moving on, anybody have any question till so far in visuals? All right, this is gonna be a very interesting. So simply double click whenever this is column and rows where you are going to add the dimensions and measures. So either you can double click on the field, it will automatically come here. Okay, you can drag and drop. This is your choice, whatever you like. Okay, but both will work. So columns will contain your dimensions value, and here you can use a measure value in the rows to show the data. Okay. And here, this is a shape. We are using the one dimension for color, labels, for the other marks. Now, this is a toolbar. Buttons often not very, very important. Okay. So this button is means if you want to clear your work. Sometimes the student faces a problem. One recommendation is here. Whenever you start working in the Tableau, make your habit, save it. Okay. Timely. Don't wait like I will complete the whole notebook, then I will save. Sometimes it got hanged and you may lose your work. Okay. It just to start giving you the error. I cannot save it on the cloud. Okay. So make your habit, start saving it whenever you are working. Okay. And if you think like you are trying something, you want to start over, then you can use this button. Although you can delete as well, but the good option and recommended option is this, because if something resides in the memory, it will clear that. Okay. So this button is very useful if you want to start over. This button is used to swap between rows and columns. Okay. And this is for fitting the width. And this is for show height, your menu show and hide. Okay. So these are the some useful buttons for your work. Okay, so it's a time for a code along. So this is the data set UFU we are going to use today. Continue with this data set. This is a link I have already given here. Okay. So you can download this data. Who is going to start the code along with me? Okay. They can download this data set and you can do the code along with me. Okay. If you want. Let me read this. So we are going to, in the Tableau code along, we are going to do these 5 tasks today. Okay. We will create the visualizations. Okay. And we will create one story. Okay. Right. So this is the first visualization. Okay. So in this, we will create a line graph of the number of sightings between the 1990 to 2013 using month and year. Okay. So here is my Tableau. Okay. I have double clicked on the icon. This is my first window. So look at this. So this is your connection section, right? You can see here Microsoft Excel if you want to upload this. Text file, JSON, Access, PDF, and statistical file. I don't know which file is this. And this is the all here. Okay. And this is showing your all work previously you've done or you're including your recent work. And this is if you want to open from the previous, you can click on that. It will show you the list of, I need to log in. Okay, for that, it is not logged in front. So when you logged in, it will show you the list of all like your notebooks, which is already on your cloud server with your sign up, with your login. Okay, so you can choose it from there. Okay, so let's start today with our this. I clicked on the text file. I will choose this file. Okay. When I clicked on that, open, I'm here. Okay. Did you notice there were 2 files inside? I just choose the one, another file is automatically there. Okay. If you have a more than one file, you don't need to worry about that. Control Shift. It will import the whole folder. Okay. So now this is my data and this is showing the table here. Okay. This is a preview of the table. Now let's see what is inside the preview of the table. This is your file name. Okay. And if you want, you can change it to the number of sightings, whatever you like. Okay. Showing you all field names. Okay. And this is the preview of your table. If you want to dive deep more about the data, you can click on this icon. Click on the subscribe. Okay. It is showing you the type of data. Okay. And it is showing you how many values you have inside it. Okay. So you can see everything about the single feature here. Okay. It is telling you each and everything about your features. It is already came to know it is a smart, which is categorical, which is integer. Okay. So this is a filter. This is, I will tell you in the upcoming lessons how you can add it. But this is here where you can add the filters before starting your work. Okay. Okay. Now we will click here sheet 1. I will click on that. Okay. Very important thing. Highly recommended. When you are working with like sheet, always rename the sheet. Always. Okay. Otherwise, at the end of the work, what will happen? You will forget it and you will make a story without any name. Okay. Which is not going to make a sense. Okay. So right now, I want to show the line graph with the number of sightings based on month. So I can name it number of sightings based on, okay, so we will rename it. Okay, so did you notice whenever I am giving the name here, it is automatically taking my title here. Okay, but in the upcoming slide I will show you there is a difference. When you are changing something here, it will not reflect here. Okay, so we will do that in the next lesson. Now look at this. So what is our first task before moving ahead? Let me explain you this part. This is your data pane. Okay. And this, did you see there is a line coming in both of the section? This is already dividing this into two parts. The above is your measure names. This is called dimensions. It can be categorical, grouping, text, anything. Okay. Independent variable. And this is your measure values. Integer, dependent, or can be any real number. Okay, this is your marks section. Size, this you can choose from here as well. Okay, so they are showing here main, but you can choose other thing as well. And this is your rows and column. This is your sheet view. Here, if you click on that, it is showing graph. Did you notice right now it is not highlighted? All coming as gray because I did not add any data here. Whenever you will add anything here, it will start highlighting the graph, which you can draw using those dimensions. Notice one more thing. When I'm hovering on it, it is changing down. See, for this type of graph, you need a 0 or more dimension or 2 measures. It is already explaining you. It is very user-friendly. You don't need to think how many features I required, how many dimensions and measures I required. It is already telling you everything. Okay. So these are the key points. So let's come here. So first of all, what is our task? Create a line graph of number of sightings between 1990 to 2013. Okay. So I will double click on this first. Okay. So first of all, I need the day, year, and date and time. I will double click on my dimension. I double click. See, here the year is automatically here, right? Did you notice its color is blue? What we call it?
It's called a pill.
Great, Ali. Yes, it's a pills, right? And now I will click on the scrub. Okay. So this is for the count. Okay. Now see, it is just showing me the simple table here. So what we will do, we will click here. Okay. It is already highlighted which graph I can draw using this. Okay. So I can choose this, right? Now you can choose this or this. Okay. This seems to be more like making sense, right? Instead of this. This is just like a straight line, right? It is making more sense. I will go with this one. Okay. And then we will close it. Now, here, my goal is to draw based on year and month. Okay. So now I will click here. When you click on this drop down, did you notice here it is showing the year from 1910 to about 2000. It may goes up to 2014, I think, with data set have. So can anybody, before I move ahead, can anybody tell me which thing does not seems to be useful in this graph? Which is not giving us the very useful information, which I can filter out.
From 1910 to 1940.
Yes. Good, Alexander, right? So in this, what we will do, so I already decided this. So I will add for filtration of that, the data which is not required, we will add date and time in the filter. Okay. Either you can drag and drop here. Okay. It is not going there. So let me take it as like this. Okay. Show filter. Okay. When I did this, on the right side, it is showing me all years, right? But I don't want these years. So I will click on that. Okay. We will add it filter. Okay. In this, when you add the filter, either you can choose or put a conditions. Here we can say, oh sorry, all, and I can do this. There is another way as well. When you drag and drop, I will show you that one as well. So we can uncheck all these. Oh, it's too much, right? So in this, like you can choose the from here, this one. Okay. Let's see, I choose from here. Okay. But this is taking me time. But when you drag and drop on this like this way, right, so we can exclude this thing from here. We can set a range as well. That is the easiest option in these. Right now, it is not allowing me that. I don't know why it is not dropping over there. Okay, so we can keep from here. Okay, so it is showing me this one. So you have added the filter. Now it is not making a sense to me. We can change it. A click on this on the right side, this one, you can choose it any type of filter from here. Right now it is showing multiple values. You can choose a drop down, you can choose least. I would like to do this one. Okay, so you can choose this one as well from here. Okay, right now it is not showing anything here because it is selected the null, but you can start from 1990. It is only showing 1 year. So sorry about that. Okay. So now when you are done with this thing, okay, so in showing us the data from here, it is showing you the data from 1963 to the 2014. If you want to add, whenever you have the number of sighting, highest number of sightings, I want to add the text label here. Okay, how would you add it? So you can see here, this is the highest number of that one, right? So we will click on that. Okay, here, right, like this, annotate, mark. Okay, you click on that data point, annotate, mark, annotate. It will open this thing. Okay, by default, it is showing the year or count of your number of sightings. If you want, you can name it the number of sightings in this. You can add it this thing. Don't touch this thing because this is a dynamic value. We don't need to touch this thing. We can change the label here. And this year, right? Highest number of sightings. Number of sightings. Okay, so you can make it okay. So it will start showing like this way. So this is showing you the annotate. You are highlighting the highest number of this thing. Okay, and if you want, you can drag and drop it like this way as well. If you want to keep it here, this is also visible in this case. So this is, we have created the first sheet. Okay, and now what is the next task? Okay, I need to do one more thing. Here it is showing right now year wise. We need to make it month and year. So if you click on this cell, you will see options here. This is showing single year, quarter, month, day, more. Okay. So right now it is already adopted this year one, but I want year and month. So we can see here, it is showing here, month and year, right? So I will choose this option. Now it will start looking this way. Okay. And it will also tell you in which month, in which year you have the highest number of the sightings in this. Okay. So you can annotate that thing as well in this. So this is how you can add your filter, right? And how you can filter out the things, how you can change the year, date and time, manage the date and time from using this dimension. Okay. Now we will jump on to the second task. Okay. So this is here, we need to create the new sheet, which is going to show the number of sightings, same which we have done right now from 1990 to 2013, showing the top 5 most common UFO shapes as a separate line. Okay. So we need to show the most common shapes in this. So what we will do, either you can draw all these things again, but if you want to save the time, we can make it duplicate. Okay. And I will name it top 5 shapes. Okay. So I will rename it. Now I want to only show the top 5. I don't want to show the all, right? So in this case, what we will do, we need to create the filter for this shape. Okay. So how we can do, this is the dimension. Okay. So there is a very good way in Tableau. We will click on this pill like this, go to create set. Okay. This is a unique set of your all shapes, right? So I want to create the top 5 shapes. How would you do that? We will choose it based on the total number of the sightings, like the highest total number of the top 5 sightings of the shape, right? So I will come here, direct, top, okay? By field, top, here, we can enter the value here, 5, okay? And scrub CSV, this is number of sightings, I want that. Count option is correct. We don't need to touch this thing. And then we will say okay. When you say okay, you will see the new dimension is created here. But you see the sign is different. Whenever you see this sign, this means this is set. in Tableau. Okay. Now we will add a set here. Okay. How? Right now it is showing all shapes data. So we need to add the filter here. This one. Okay. Like this. Now I drag and drop and it is easily drag and drop there. It was creating a problem for me in the ear. I wanted to show you. Okay, we will try again later on. And in this, now look at this. Whenever I have added it, it does not change any color. Still, it is showing the single row, right? Okay, I want to show the color. I will drag and drop it on the color as well. So here we go, like this. Okay, but did you notice it did not change the color, right? Color is still same. So what we will do, click here. Whenever you are creating this set, you need to take care. It will only show you the two numbers in form of binary, in and out. Okay. You need to change this option. Click on the pill, change it into show members in set. Like this. See, now it is showing you the top 5 shapes based on the number of sightings, highest, and with the different colors. Okay. Now, here we need to show it on year wise, not month wise. So we will change this option into year. Okay, like this way. And you need to choose it from 1990, it will be gone. Okay, then it will be the smaller one. If we filter out these things, okay, so it will show you the data like in this way. Now it is showing the 5 different shapes, top 5 shapes based on the number of sightings. What else we need to do in this task? Answer in was the most common in 2013. Okay, so we need to annotate this thing. In 2013, which shape was the most common? So for that, we will add the year filter is already with us. So we can highlight this is 2013. If we tick from here, choosing a single option, let's change to it's a single value. It is not working is this time. All right, it is asking for the shape. It should not change this thing like this. Drop this here. This is the option which I was looking. When you drag and drop it here, it will show you all filter option here. From here, you will choose range of dates, next, and you can simply say here 1990, okay, 01, here we go, 01, okay, and 2014. If you don't want to show the time, you can exclude it like this. And then apply, good to go, okay. This option will come when you will drag and drop it, right? It was like this way, and now we want to annotate in 2013, right? So when you click here, right click, annotate, mark, okay? So now shape name will dynamically come with this, the tag. So we will say the shape in year, highest number of sightings. Okay, don't worry. Don't go with my spelling. Is okay. Just ignore it. So this is the highest number of sightings. Okay, so it will be added that annotate here, like we did in the first graph. Okay, so this is how you can set the filter here. You can set the filter using the set option. Okay, and we have a filter as well based on the year and month. Okay, now what questions do you have till so far in this? How many of you are doing the code along with me? Okay, so this is done. Now this is a third. Now we will create the bar graph sightings by shape. Okay, we will sort it from the most to least common, add the count as a text label. Okay, so we can take the duplicate of this one. Okay, and we can say it UFO bar graph. Okay, and now I want to show the top 5, like the shapes, right? There is based on this one. So we don't need here date and time. Okay, so we can remove that. Okay, this is the one. Here we go. We can choose this graph, right? When I have chosen this graph, see it is showing single line. Why? Because my measures are in and out shape. Okay, so we will show here all members. That's it. Okay, everything is same. And now you can sort it. The sorting button is coming here. This one. So we will sort it like this way. Okay. Now the next thing here, you need to make it with the different colors. How would you do that? Shape set. We will again drag and drop it on the color. Okay, like this. Like this. Still in and out, we need to change it to show members. Then it will only change the colors. Okay. Now you want to add the text labels in this. So it should show the number of sightings based on each shape. Then we can say here, count on the label. Okay. So like this. So you can notice it is start showing the each number of the sightings based on the top 5 shapes. Okay. Any questions about it? Right? If something come up in your mind, feel free to ask. Okay, this is done. And now, this is the fourth visualization. In this, what you need to do? This is a choropleth map. Okay. This is very, very useful map, like your visualization when you have a geographical data. Okay. Most oftenly used. So what you need to do here, we need to create a choropleth map of the total number of the sighting per state of US state only. Okay. How would you do that? Here, we will create a choropleth map per state first. So we will create a new sheet. We will name it map for your, what we need to do that, sightings. Okay. Okay, this is very important. When you are thinking about to draw the visualization of map, you need a geographical information. You need a latitude, longitude. So here you see two options are here. Latitude, longitude is here as well. The generated was is generated by your Tableau. Okay, so you don't need to get confused with it. Okay, you can simply click on this one here, latitude. Okay, did you notice by default this one is taking the average, right? This is a Tableau's like special, you can say feature. Whenever you are adding anything, it will take automatically the average of that thing. Okay. So we don't need to do, we don't need that. Okay. So to do that, we will go here. We can untick it. Okay. So it should not take the average of the thing. Okay. Now, this is your simple graph. In this, we want to add the filter for the country first, right? So we will add here country. Like this, it will open this window. So I want only US, so I will tick the US only. Okay, apply. Okay. Okay. Now it is only showing the US states number of sightings, right? But we are interested only the top 5 shapes. Okay. So for doing that, we already created in the previous, like your sheet, the shape. The biggest advantage is every created dimension, every parameter will remain with you till the end of the work. You can use in any sheet. You don't need to create per sheet, anything. Okay. It is useful everywhere. So now we will add this filter here. Okay. So here we will, it is only showing the members on this, right? Shape set, and we will add the shape set as a color as well. So I can see the different colors of each shape like this. Okay. And now the bubbles are very big here, right? You may be interested to make it smaller. So you can use the here first. This is a country. Right now, we need to add the state as well because we are interested in the state. So what you will do, you will add the state as a detail here. Like this. Okay. So it is added the country, state, and we will add city. Again, it is not dragging and dropping. Let me do that. Yeah. Okay. So you can add these things as well here. Okay. So it is showing you this thing like a country, different shapes, right? Oh, sorry, this is not here. And the country, state, number of sighting in each these one. Okay. So this is, you can make it darker as well. Right click on that. Here is the style. Okay. You can choose from here the dark one. Okay. And if you want to change the size of this thing, we need to take the parameter of size as well, like this. Okay. So here is the size of that one in this, but this is coming very big. So we can try to make it smaller size. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. So you need to click on that, this one. Here added sizes, and you can make a smaller in the size. So it is showing you the number of sightings in US country based on each state. Okay. And if you want to add the city, you can add the city. This is your choice. But this is how you can make the hierarchy for the specific one. This is like how you can show in your these, like the number of sightings in each state of the US. Okay. Now we need to create a one more map. We can make it duplicate. Okay. So in this, we will only show the number of sightings. Okay. In all countries, not the specific shape. Okay. So we will take out this one. Okay. And count We will drop this. Okay. So first of all, we have a country, this one. I am interested in all country. Okay. Or if you want, you can Australia, this. Okay. Like, okay. Okay. And if you want, you can choose one show filter from here, the different one. Okay. Right now, if it is only showing for the US, okay. Now we want to drop the number of labels on that. Okay. So we will choose this. We will drop it on the label like this. Okay. 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 It is showing the count of this one. Let me see. Count, country, and state. So we need to add here state as a detail and then country. But it is still showing the average. Why it is showing the average here? As a color. But it is not, I don't know why it is not showing. It should fill all your these areas with the number of the count of this one, the scrub one with the different this color. Oh, we did not. I don't know why it is showing right now 1111 this thing, but it should show the count based on the just filling the labeling the data with the number of the total sightings. Okay. Here in this graph, we were showing the city wise. Here, this is in one country, state wise. Okay. It will added as a number of labels here. Okay. So this is like we have created how many sheets. First, we tried this thing, number of sightings in the line graph, top 5 shapes with the annotation. This is the graph with the text label. This is map for the sighting based on country, state, and city. This is only the number of sighting based on the state. Okay. So I will see later on if we get a time why it is showing only 1111 here. Okay. Now, this is you have created the different sheets. It's a time to show your all sheets in the single story. Okay. How can you do that? So that may the why when you should use a story, when you should use a dashboard, the story, when you want to show the multiple views at a single, like the with the buttons. Okay. It will give you the navigation to the different captions. But dashboard is a single place which we will do in the upcoming lesson. Okay. So now here is a button for your new worksheet. This is dashboard and this is new story. We will click on that. Here we go. Okay. So here, look at the left side. When I clicked on the sheet bar, right? Sorry, the story, it is automatically start showing me my all sheets I have prepared. Here, the most important thing, whenever you are making the sheet story, sorry, either the dashboard, okay, whenever you are saving it, take care of one thing. Using what is a sheet at the present you are saving, it will be shown your by default sheet, by default view. Okay. So whenever you are saving, take care of this thing. You want to show the first sheet view, second sheet view, third sheet view, then you need to take care of these things. So how would you do that? This is your like here the area where we will drag and drop. This is a caption by default. Okay. So here we will click on this sheet first. Either you can drag and drop or double click. I will double click. Okay. here, if you want to show this, then you can keep it. If you don't want to show it, okay, but you cannot work this here. We need to go here. We will untick this. Okay. Then it will not be at your story page. Here we will make it above. So here we go. Okay. Because I'm interested only showing the this year to this year. So I have chosen that. Now we will name it. You can name it with the number of sightings based on month and year. Okay. So this is your first year caption. Now the second one. We can double click. Did you notice it is automatically added? Okay. And on the right side, this is showing the legend. Important because users will come to know what is the color of blue, what it is blue color is saying circle shape, fireball, and other shapes. So this is important to show. So we can share here top 5 shapes based on number of sightings. Okay. So this is a second sheet. The third sheet we will add bar graph of shapes, right? You may want to write this is only top 5. Okay, this is the one, and this is your third map. Okay, here we are. If you want, you can show the filter here to choose it. Okay, specific city if they want to like dive more, but if they want to like do like this zoom in zoom out, then they can see on hover like this way. Okay, and we will name it number of sightings based on top 5 UFO shapes. Okay, okay, because this is for specific state. Okay, here the name doesn't is not looking good, so you can rename the filter as well. Okay, if you want. This is a not, it is not like whenever you are like making your portfolio, naming is very important. Okay, instead of shape set, you can rename it the legend with the just legend. Okay, so this is important. Now I will not add that graph because we need to correct that. Okay, it is not making too much sense right now. So here, this is the story we have prepared. So now in this, we are dragging and dropping, and if you want, you can rename this as well. You can say UFO sightings story. Okay, name it like this way. Here, you can choose show title or not. This is your choice. Okay, this is the size you can choose. So here there are options: fixed size, automatic size, or range. In range, you can set the height and width if there is any specific told by your stakeholder. And this is automatic. It will automatically make its own space according to the size of your sheet or graph. Okay, this is fixed size. I'm using right now fixed size for the story. Okay, but these are the options. You can change it. And now it's a time to save it. So right now, if I have selected this caption, whenever I will save it, it will save my this sheet as a default view. But if I have chosen this one and I will save it, then this will be first sheet view, which will be seen by the stakeholder. Okay, so this is thing as per your presentation. When you are going to give the presentation, you need to take care of these small things. Okay, so we will save it as a save to Tableau public. Okay, I think I need to log in. Okay. Now I will save it with the name of live class April, May 1st, 2023. Okay. We can name it live class 19. Okay. So we can save it. Whenever you are saving, right, it will let you go to the cloud now. It is not saving on your local. It will go to the cloud here. Okay. So it will show you here, this one. Now I have chosen this graph first. So you can, you notice this is showing by default at first time. Okay. And now they can see click by clicking on that, right? And see the different these things. Now, the next important thing is here, this one, settings. When you go here, if you see show Wiz on profile, this option you can choose when you are done with your work. Nothing is left, you are done. This is finalized for your portfolio, then only make it visible. Okay. If your work is under process, right? And like tomorrow you are going to do these like the things in exam as well. Okay. Make sure you like close it. Okay. And this is, you can hide it so nobody will be able to see your work. If it is under, like in progress, if you want to show, then you can make it click. Okay. Now this is a show sheets is offline. So we can make it enable. Okay. When I made it enable, you can see at the top, the sheet's name is coming here. All. Okay. This is your choice if you want to show or no. Okay. I don't like it much as like professionally. So I will hide it. Okay. Because I have already added the caption. I don't need to show those sheets, right? It is not making sense. If you want to allow your notebook download to the others, then you can enable this option. Okay. Then people, other students or the people who is coming to your this, like the portfolio, they can download your notebook, open in their Tableau, and they can add it and start working on that. Okay. So this is totally your choice whenever you are doing practice, right? And this is the important features of this setting. Okay. So like I will make it disable and then it will not allow me. How it look like, I show you. When right now it is my account, but whenever you will try, okay, it will open this window. This option will not come whenever I will disable it. You won't be able to download and edit it. Okay. It will only show you the PDF or PowerPoint option here, or either image. Okay. So here, these are the important things you need to take care whenever you are doing this one. Okay. Now we will come back here. So we are done with these things. We created the story. Okay, we did this. This is done. Okay. So now the next thing is share URL. If you want to share your work URL, right? How can you do that? We will go to the here again. Where is that open? Here we go. So now you will click on this share. Okay. When you click on this share, it will show you this pop-up. In this, you have the embed code. If you have a website, your portfolio website page, you can embed, copy, paste this code in your website. Okay. It will start showing you in a very good way visualization how easy this is. Okay. Very easy. And then link you can share with your, like the, if you want to share with someone. Okay. Like when you are uploading your work, you will share link with me. Okay. So I can check it. So it has another options as well here on social media. Okay. So these are the important part. After that, here, these are the two tips and rules like of when you are start doing the visualization using the Tableau. But before moving ahead, do you have any questions till so far about our these settings, creating stories?
So when we turn them in, we need to make sure that we enable the download link. Is that what you said?
If you want to someone to download your note, this is your choice. Okay.
So we don't have to worry about that for the assignments, correct?
Right,
We
because
can
I'm
just
going,
upload
yeah,
ourselves.
yeah, you can only give me the link. I'm going to show it. I'm not going to edit it, right? But if you want, like you are sharing your work with your peers, you want your peer to work on your notebook, then you can make it accessible to them. This is
Thank
it.
you.
Okay. And then, okay, so let's move ahead with the tips and rules of thumb. Whenever, like, it is only the most important thing, which is a time consuming in third party tool is your brainstorming. Because to create a visualization, useful reports, useful analysis is very, very like time consuming part, right? Whenever you have a new data set, you need to think a lot, what features, what recommendation, what kind of reports I'm going to generate using these features. Okay, so this is most important part. Which feature to click on first? Okay, like if you want to simply plot, like show the table, right? You can double click on the dimensions. Dimension is only going to show you the name, right? This is our first thing. Whenever first you should have the dimension, then only you will be able to show the values under that. So like if we talk about the house sale price, if you have the dimension square foot feet, you can double click on that and then you can get the name of, measure value, right? So this is the thing. And if you want a chart visualization, then you can start by double clicking on the measure. Okay, this is obvious. Otherwise, how it will plot the graph without values. Okay. If you want a map, geographic features are important, right? But you need to take care of this one option. It will by default take the average. You can remove the average by going to the analysis part. Okay. So didn't get the visualization you wanted or expecting? If you know which graph you want to plot, then you can plot it yourself. If you are not understanding, you know the dimensions, you know the measures, then you can take an idea from this. Okay, because as I showed you all of, whenever we are here, when you are hovering on the graphs, it is already telling you how many dimensions or measures you required for this kind of graph. Okay, labeling, title, filtering, legend is very important in these reports, right? You can't leave anything like on your graph. It should be proper. Okay. So these are the like basic things, rules, additional tips. Okay. If you can get a different result, if you perform the same steps, then I told you the problem with the Tableau is sometimes happen when you are working, it just to keep those things in a memory. Like for example, if I make a duplicate of this sheet, right? What I did after building this graph, I thought, oh my God, I don't want this, right? So in hurry, maybe I will remove all, okay? And I will start the new work, okay? But what happens sometimes it create a problem, okay? Instead of using the same notebook, it's a good thing you just clear using this. Where is that over option? Not new worksheet. It should be another option.
I think it's on worksheet under the worksheet tab where you go clear worksheet. I think that's what you're talking about. Up, third one in. Where you go to worksheet, third one in, file data worksheet.
Here,
Oh, next one.
No, this is not the one. This is the graph. Or right now it is not enabled, I think, because I have already removed everything. Okay. So instead of doing that, like for example, this one, you can use this option. Okay. So when you click on that, it will automatically clear from the memory as well. It is very helpful. And don't forget to save it time on time. Okay. Now, writing here, save early and often. Important. Okay. And if you to take care of one more thing, if you save your one notebook with the name of, let's suppose, book one, UFU, or maybe the UFU sightings, right? In that case, you are creating a new file for the UFU, but you want to preserve your previous file as well. So you need to make your option like this way. Save the Tableau file like this. Save to Tableau public as, like we do save or save as. Okay. So you need to take care of these things as well while saving it. This is same like we work normally in the Word or Excel, right? Save and save as option. Parts. Here we have a few things more. We will use mainly the file and analysis menu in overall classes. Okay. This is from open from Tableau public. I show you how it look like. We will come here, file, open from Tableau. Okay. I'm logged in now. So it is showing me all my work. Okay. So I can choose any file from here and I can start editing. Okay. This is my all file from my cloud. Okay. This is option. This is we have already discussed. Okay. And from the analysis, we are mostly going to talk about the aggregate measures. Right now, I showed you when I clicked on the latitude, longitude, it all take the aggregation of that. So I untick that. Then it make a sense to show the like data points in each state or city of the US. Okay. And create calculated field, we use it today. We did not use it, but we are going to use it in upcoming classes. This is the most important part of your Tableau calculations. Okay. We have used today the set, but you will learn about the group, your calculated field and other parts of the calculation as well. So now we have a summary. So what we did today, we have described what the Tableau is and purpose it serves, right? Name the key elements of the Tableau public UI. Explain the difference between the dimensions and the measures. Okay. In the next class, we will do calculated fields, quick table calculations, joining files using unions, and creating hierarchies. Okay. These topics we are going to cover up. Okay. And this is the some Tableau vocabulary we will review. This is I have already discussed with all of you today. What is dimension? What is measure? What is set? What is filter, hierarchy, field, and fill? Okay. I did not mention about the hierarchy, but I will. Here you see this dimension. Okay. So here first is coming country, state, city, right? But your full dimension name is this. So this is hierarchy. So first the country will come, then state, then city. Okay. Like this is called hierarchy. It can be of anything. Like if we are looking for the school, first the school, like the state name, country name, school name, then how many subjects it has, and then the next hierarchy, something like that. Okay. So this is called hierarchy when the combination is like top to bottom. Okay. Now this was all about today's lesson. Now what questions do you have till so far in Tableau? Whatever we have done today, any confusion, any question about it? Take your time, we have a time.